Welcome everyone to St Coleman's Derrykeehan. It's the second Sunday after the Epiphany, and of course we're still in lockdown, so hopefully you are staying home and keeping safe. And if you have to go out for essentials, as of course we all have to do, hopefully you're doing so carefully. Now, as you can see, a few road signs there. If I were to ask when you had last read the Highway Code, or when you'd last read your Bible, it might be a rather an embarrassing question to ask. I'm not going to ask that. I'm not going to ask that indeed. But in fact, I want you to strap on your seatbelt, because I want to tell you a joke. Because I think maybe if there was the rather depressing start to this new year, you need a joke. And yes, I know I don't have the timing to really get the punchline. But nevertheless, you can pretend to laugh at home to my joke. A limo driver is dispatched to a European airport to drive the Pope to his hotel on a foreign visit. But the limo driver loads all the Pope's luggage. The Pope is still standing on the curb. He doesn't seem to want to get in. Excuse me, Your Eminence, you can take your seat now and we can go. They don't let me drive at the Vatican. I would really love to drive. Can I not drive today? But Your Eminence, I'd lose my job. What if something would happen? What about the insurance? I'd never work again. You'll be all right. You'll be all right. So reluctantly, the driver gets in the back seat and His Holiness takes the wheel. Well, my goodness, he's got a heavy right foot. He's soon up to 110 miles an hour, 120 miles an hour. Slow down, Holy, slow down. But the Pope keeps the pedal to the metal until he hears sirens. They're now being chased by the local police. Anyway, the Pope pulls over, rolls down the window. The policeman approaches, takes one look at him, goes back to his motorcycle and gets on the police radio. I need to talk to the chief, he says. Chief gets on the radio and the officer tells him he's just stopped a limo going at 130 miles an hour. Well, bust him then, says the chief. I don't really want to do that. He's somebody really important. All the more reason then. No, I mean really important, chief. Who have you got? Have you got the mayor? Oh, no, bigger. The Prime Minister? No, bigger? The President? Well, said the chief, who do you think it is then? Tell me who you think it is. I think it's God. God? What makes you think it's God? Well, he's got the Pope driving him. Ho, ho, ho. Dear me. They're all laughing at home, or else they're despairing and turning off now. But in fact, a little bit of motoring history for you. Why do we drive on the left? Why do we drive on the left? Because in the year 1300, Pope Boniface VIII had an edict out that pilgrims travelling to Rome should keep to the left side of the road. And that is why we drive on the left. We're still following a papal edict from 1800 years ago. And then you say, well, why does a lot of Europe drive on the right? Well, that's because Napoleon came along and Napoleon was arguing with the Pope at the time, so he dismissed the papal edict, and the parts of Europe that Napoleon conquered drive on the right. So there you go. Where do you look to for your authority? And that is your little bit of history there. However, if you do need to be out and about in these unhappy times, please drive carefully, responsibly and safely. But for any budding boy and girl racers among you, if you must speed on the roads, then I suggest you sing these hymns loudly. At 45 miles an hour, God will take care of me. At 55 miles an hour, guide me, O thou great Jehovah. At 65 miles an hour, nearer, my God, to thee. At 75 miles an hour, nearer, still nearer. At 85 miles an hour, this world is not my home. At 95 miles an hour, Lord, I'm coming home. And at 100 miles an hour, you should be singing Precious Memories. We'll see you soon.